and welcome back to the Pippa's Women's Football Show with myself, Pippa Monique. And this week is a very, very special episode because we are joined by our very first WSL player, Julia Simic. She had to do that, didn't she?
Yes,
I'll do it just for you. Just for you.
Yes, well done.
How you been?
Really good. Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Back to winning ways. So
yes, we're going to get onto that in a moment.
All right.
But as always, I have to kick off the show with the Arsenal content. Sorry.
That's okay.
So this weekend is the Conti Cup final. Arsenal face Chelsea at Nottingham's ground, the City ground. And, you know, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm very nervous for the simple fact that Chelsea have beaten Arsenal twice in the league this season. And an interesting stat that I cannot believe, and you may even be shocked by this.
Yeah.
Chelsea have not lost a WSL game, so a league game, since January 2019.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That just shows how good they are. But earlier this week, I went over to the Arsenal training ground and spoke to Joe Montemurro, the head coach, and Jordan Nobbs, who will be captaining the side this weekend, and here's what they had to say about their opposition.
Yeah, I mean, I want to win trophies for this club, and the Continental Cup final seems to be one we like to win, and I'll just be going out there with the same mentality as always, and I'm glad to be part of any game, and cup finals are obviously the most important.
Joe, we have a fantastic winning record at the City ground. Does it kind of feel like a second home to Arsenal?
Maybe for Arsenal, I've never been there,
yeah,
so I'm looking forward to it. It's it's obviously a historical ground in regards to what it represents both for English and world football. But looking forward to seeing another beautiful part of the world and beautiful part of England, and hopefully
We also have a great record in Conti Cup finals. How are you feeling against this one, regardless of the opponent? Do you feel like this is a great boost for the current squad at the moment?
Absolutely, it's always a privilege to be in a cup final. The process getting there is great. I love knockout tournaments, because they are probably a little bit of a different approach to a league game sometimes. So and that for me showcases the importance of what a good squad we've got, because they're able to adapt to games against teams that aren't probably of the level, and you have to get through weather conditions, poor grounds on a one-off occasion, as opposed to a league game where you've got the opportunity to lead in and understand that you're playing next week. So there is a different approach. So from a cup final perspective, from a personal note, it's my third one since I've been here. It was an enjoyable first trophy that I got at the club, and hopefully many more to come for the club and for the players.
Also, we have to mention that we are in contention for another cup, which is the FA Cup. We qualified last weekend against Lewis Women into the quarterfinals, and we will be facing Spurs. So we're playing Spurs twice this season, but in the FA Cup. And one of the other journalists asked Joe about this fixture, and here's what he had to say. He was like, who's Spurs?
In terms of cup competitions, obviously we've got the League Cup, but the FA Cup is coming up. There's a big game against Spurs. You know what I'm going to ask you next. Where do you think that game should be held?
Well, as far as I know, it's at Boreham Wood. These are things that we probably need to look at in the future, as I've said. We feel comfortable at Boreham Wood. So from a playing perspective and from a technical perspective, we know the scale, we know the size of the ground, we can train for it. It could be a risk playing it somewhere else because it's unfamiliar. So we'll take Boreham Wood for a cup quarter final against that other team. Who are they? Against that other team, because we're familiar with it. We want to get through. Let's get to Wembley.
I love that banter from Joe. He's such a great coach, man. How are you finding it at West Ham, though? I mean, with the is the documentary still going on?
Yeah.
Is it the world's youngest football boss?
Yeah, exactly. But now they, I think, put everything together, all the episodes, and bring them out in once.
Oh.
Like, instead of just bringing out every month or something, or half in a month, like once an episode. So they just put all together, and they film in constantly around every time.
When I was at your ground for the FA Cup game against Arsenal, there was so many cameras everywhere. I was like, what is going on here? I really enjoyed it last season, though.
Yeah, but Chelsea's doing one too.
Wow.
It's good, yeah.
Just for the women's team, or
just for the no, just for the women's team.
That would be pretty interesting because they've got a really big squad.
Yeah, and interesting players like Sam Kerr coming in, and all these. Rami always brings them home as well. Like sometimes we have our documentary at home there. People from
For anyone who doesn't know who Rami is, it's Ramona Bachmann.
So sometimes it's full of cameras there, but they just following you around as well to show a little bit like scenes you don't get to see normally from media side.
Yeah.
So I think for fans or people outside, it's interesting to see what we're actually doing apart from playing football, and I think it's a good insight to have in the women's football game.
It's great because people, like, no matter if you play for men's or women's football, if you're an athlete, fans always want to know what you're up to outside of football.
Exactly.
Like, what do you do? Like, what's your routine?
Yeah. Obviously, it's hard. At one point, you just get used to it. It's a little bit like Big Brother's watching you. Something like
you forget the cameras are there.
Yeah, sometimes you just forget it. And I think at the beginning, it was more like, oh, what can we say when they're here? And all of a sudden, there came a micro into the conversation. Everyone was just turned quiet or something. But right now, I think we trying to act as normal as possible. And I think this is the best way you can show yourself and show the people outside like what you're about and who you are.
So we're going to be seeing a lot of you in this season's one?
A little bit, yeah. Obviously, they filmed a little bit of my comeback route and everything, like even my surgery last year and everything. So they were there for my comeback as well. So yeah, it's turning into a happy end.
That's amazing. How does it feel? Obvious question, but I have to ask. Like, how does it feel to finally be back on the pitch?
Best feeling ever.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It's like, don't know. At one point, to be honest, I didn't really believe into my knee and me being back on the pitch anymore, and I had open conversations with Matt, our manager, and with the club, and they made me believe into myself again, because they said like, look, Matt always said, you're too talented to just stop now, so keep going and try everything you have, and if it doesn't work out at the end, this is it, but at least try. And I had like a lot of downs as well, but at one point when you not really believe in it anymore and then it happens, I think it's even better, like the feeling. Back then, I think I enjoy football the most I've ever done. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Was your first game back against Arsenal in FA Cup, or was it one before that?
I think that was the first game I've started. But before that, I played some minutes, but more like 20 minutes, 50 minutes to see how my knee reacts, to see how I can manage the load and everything. But
because you looked really strong in that game. Like, if I didn't know, I would never guess you just came
back. I was like that. Even my arms at one point, I couldn't feel my arms anymore because I was just running, especially against Arsenal. You want to attack because they attacking as well, so it's a really open game. Always, I love playing against Arsenal, and normally there are a lot of goals in these games always, but it's like just running from box to box basically, and I was like, tiring. I think I was done at 60 minutes or something, but really done that. But it was a good game to play against as well, yeah.
So you've had like a really great career. I'm going to go through some of the clubs that you've been at. Some really big names here: Bayern Munich, Wolfsburg, Turbine Potsdam, Freiburg, and now West Ham since 2018. What has your career been like?
I think it was a little bit of like some changes, obviously. So I started at Bayern Munich with 16 years. So I came from the boys basically and went with 16 to the first team. In Germany, it's quite normal when you're good with 16, you can play for the first team.
When you say the boys, was it like an under 15s team or something like that?
Under 16 boys, yes. Like from them, I played then with women's. That was like a big change and step as well. I left home and everything, changed school, left my parents behind and everything, so it was maybe only 2.5 hours from my hometown, but still you leave everything behind to play football, and with 16 it's not like you're not really, stable or something, but it was good. It was just a really big change from like under 16 boys to women's, 30-year-old women's, and I was so young. I was the youngest with like 5-6 years difference to the next girl and stuff.
How did your parents feel about the move?
Good. Especially my dad, he was there all the time, came to every game, and sometimes even watched training sessions. So he was there always with everything, and also my mom watched a lot of games. So, and if I wanted to go home, I could have gone home. It's not like I didn't go to the USA or something, so it was still quite close. But obviously, at one point when you make the decision, you're gone. Like moving out from home and saying bye to your mom is obviously, I think that was the hardest moment. But at one point, I think you just get used to it, and then you enjoy football again, and for what you're doing it, and then it's just, for me, it was worth it to do it, and it worked out at the end because I had a great time at Bayern then. Played there I think for 8 years and had some injuries back then, and then I moved on playing for Turbine Potsdam. They played Champions League at this time, just won the Champions League when I went there, and then obviously Wolfsburg maybe was the best team I've ever played in. I won the most titles, was called up for the national team and everything like this, so yeah, it was a big journey. Good times. Yeah, it was good times, yes.
Bayern Munich, though, have like so many great players have come from there to the WSL, especially to Arsenal.
Yes, I know, it's
great. Did you never consider like coming to Arsenal?
Yeah, to be honest, I was in touch with them 3 years ago, before I went to Freiburg, my last club in Germany. I was considering going to the WSL, but at this time, I think that was the year before they turned into a professional league.
Yeah.
So for me, it was not about, I was still in the focus for the national team, and my national team coach back then said if I'm leaving the league, basically I'm a little bit out of focus. So I wanted to focus more on my football in Germany, and right now I say I should have done it earlier because I think it's such a nice experience to play abroad and to learn a new culture, even if it's not that far away from the German culture, but still a new language, new culture, new country. And I think for your personality and for your life experience, it's just, you can use football as a tool to really grow up, like in your character and your personality.
London must feel like home a little bit now, though.
Yeah,
2 years at West Ham.
Yeah, it is. I love London. So since day one, I also did an internship in the city to just, be into the London life a little bit.
Yeah. So you're doing what, like a 9 to 5?
No. I was I studied sports science, so I'm a sports scientist, and I just wanted to be a little bit like, be switched on in my head as well next to football. And we have 2 days off normally in a normal week with West Ham, and I just wanted to use these days to not just lay on the sofa and watch Netflix, to just go. I was basically
not a bad day to
no, that's true, but sometimes even it's raining here. No, but going into London really in the rush hour in the morning and
grabbing the paper.
Yes, really I was reading newspaper even if I couldn't really understand it at the beginning.
Just go to the back pages.
Just watching the pictures and everything. No, but it was nice to just being into this life as well, and then doing a little bit next to football, seeing other people as well. I think it's always a good balance to have. Yeah.
How does the German league compare to WSL?
I think before the WSL had this big growth now, the German league was, for me, the best league in Europe. I think from the width as well, they're not 100% professional. Like, we are speaking from the WSL that they are basically the first professional league in Europe, right? With all 12 teams being professional. And Germany is more like a lot of teams, maybe 5, 6, 7 teams, the players there have to work next to football. Yeah, okay. So they arrange training, or they arrange their work next to training. So they basically come in the morning for a training session, go back to work, to school, to their studying or something, and then go back into training in the evenings.
Serious
commitment. It's a hard day. It's a hard life, I was lucky enough to never had to do this really. I studied, but that was it. I never had to work, but I played with a lot of girls who had to do this, like from Monday to Sunday
24 hours.
Really, 24 hours like working really. And I think this is the good thing here. You can focus on football. So you come in at 9 or 10 in the morning and you're there at the training ground until 2, 3, 4 o'clock. You have your lunch, you have your breakfast, you have good facilities. At least at West Ham we have great facilities. Yeah. So for me as a player, I really appreciate it, and that was also my, I think, reason to come over here and play football in England, because just having these great facilities, I think it's not normal, and you can't take it for granted as a female player.
And playing at the London Stadium, did you get a chance to play there?
I didn't play. I was warming up at least, but
you still managed to touch the grass.
Exactly. I wanted to walk into the stadium with boots on my feet. Yeah. Same like last year when we played in Wembley, the FA Cup final. Oh yeah. I was really injured still at this time, but I was there and I did some keepy-ups on the ground and everything. I just wanted to experience it as well with boots on my feet and my jersey and everything. So a little bit of the match day feeling at least, yeah.
What's been your highlight of your career so far?
Yeah, there were some good games. Obviously, when we won the league with Wolfsburg, when we played Champions League finals or Champions League
those are
semi-finals.
Like the best days.
Yeah, but to be honest, like I had a lot of injuries, like 2 ACLs and some other things. And always when you make your comeback game after like an injury for 12, 14, 16 months out or something.
Wow, so
I think these are always the best feelings, to be honest. Like when there was a cup game in the evening, really cold in December, middle of December, when I made my comeback after this injury now. And that was like I get goosebumps like when I walk onto the pitch, even if they're only
it's like freezing cold and raining.
Even if it's freezing cold, raining and cold, and 300 people only, but just walking on this pitch like into a match game, like it's just like that's I think the best feelings, and just getting some minutes back playing is always really great. I think
I could literally ask you questions about your career all day long. I've got a few more.
We go back to Arsenal.
I know. No. I've got a few more actually. Okay. Who has inspired you the most to get into football? Which athlete or which footballer?
It's crazy, but like back then we didn't really have female footballers to look up to, right? Because women's football wasn't in the TV really, no social media really at my time.
Yeah.
So
was there even social
it's long
media?
ago, 25 years or something.
Yeah.
No, it was more like, I don't know, until I was 10 or 12, I thought I can play with men maybe one day in the Bundesliga.
Wow,
so,
that would be incredible.
I know, but because I didn't see women's football, for me it was just not existent, So when I watched football, it was men's football, it was men's World Cup, men's Euros, something, and I wanted to play there too. So I saw myself playing there, and so this generation was Zidane, Figo, and these players.
Legends.
But I love the fact that young players, when they 9, 10, 11 years old now like girls, can just see
Vivian
Miedema or Georgia Semway or something like this, or Lucy Bronze, and they just aiming to be her one day and playing in Wembley or big stadiums and playing a World Cup in front of thousands of spectators. So I think that this picture changed a little bit for women's football, which is great.
You mentioned you wanted to play like in the Bundesliga and Euros. And all that. If you could play with any male footballer, past or present, it's possible, could be in a charity match one day. Yeah. Who would it be?
Like to play with?
To play with or against maybe.
To be honest, like I was lucky enough, I was at the FIFA first day of Gianni Infantino when he was elected as president. They needed some female footballers there, and I played with Figo there and Deco and Shevchenko, Seedorf. Yeah, that's not really in the media, but it was a great day. And also I was at the World Cup in summer and with some FIFA legends, and just being there around these players is crazy. Kaká was there as well.
Yeah, I was there.
That was like literally my generation when I just waited for Zidane to come up as well. But that was my role models when I was young. So playing.
You made it.
No, honestly, that day I was like, okay, I made it. I think being on the pitch with Figo and in the same team with Figo was like, oof, that was great. Yeah, but yeah, I would take Zidane, to be honest. Yeah, he was the best for me. Yes. Yeah. Out of everyone, but Figo was not too bad too. Yeah.
Amazing. All right, let's get back onto the weekend's fixtures. We're going to kick off with West Ham.
I know.
We're going to make a difference. So West Ham 4, Liverpool 2, back to winning ways, and finally. You was part of that. West Ham's number 10 here. How did it feel?
Great. Like, if you could see the week before, like, it was such a competitive week. We were like, I've never had such a good training week with West Ham since I'm here, I think, because we were really frustrated the last 3 games I think we lost, and it was always a little bit in the game for us as well. Then we had a really big defeat against Chelsea and 8-0, and it's like after
how do you
these
pick
days,
yourself back up after games like that?
Hard. Like, I think we didn't really analyze this match, because at one point your heads are just like, you need a break. Then we had 4 or 5 days off given from our coach because we weren't in the cup anymore, and I think this time really helped us as a team to get your heads clear again. Everyone went home, to see some other people, to get really their heads clear, and we all came back with a good and positive mindset again. And then we trained really well, and everyone was focused on the game. It was really competitive in training. I wasn't bruised, never before like that after a training week. So it was good, because you get this competitiveness back again. And I'm just happy that we could have brought all these little things into the game and win it and just score, and even our strikers score some goals. That was important too, because they were frustrated as well, and
they haven't been scoring recently.
Exactly, especially Marta Thomas, our striker. I did some finishing before Sunday with her on Saturday. Like, I crossed balls, and since then I'm a fan of her, because I told her I really cannot be a fangirl number 1, because the way she finishes is crazy. She's better than all her stats like showing at the moment. So I'm just happy for her too, to really get 2 goals, and she could have scored maybe 3 as well.
Exactly.
Also made 1 or 2 assists I think in this game. So for her it was a brilliant day, and this is good for us as a team as well, because we keep going now, I think.
Did you have any targets before the season for West Ham? What?
Yeah, we were aiming for really high goals, because we brought a lot of good players in the team, like international players from France, like Marty Thomas, like really, really, really good players. And we had a really strong squad last season as well, but it's even better now from the individuals. But sometimes it's just not like that. It's not only on the paper, football is on the pitch, and little things have to work together. And if it's the start for us now, that things are clicking for us, it's good. I take this, because there are a lot of games still to play and a lot of points to get. But yeah, I think we're a lot better than it actually shows in the league, I think.
Well, congratulations on your win. It was a big win.
It was big, yeah.
Other results in the league: Brighton 0, Spurs 1, Birmingham 0, Bristol City 1. That brings Bristol up now. They're in the relegation zone with Liverpool, and they're just a bit safe now, third from bottom. And then Everton 2, Man United 3. But I think the game of the weekend, of course, the blockbuster was Chelsea, Man City.
Yes.
Now, it's crazy to say this, but there's a lot of football fans that are not convinced about women's football yet. Yeah. And I feel like this game's highlights, or this game would be one to show people, like, right, this is women's football, have a look at this. Yeah. Because it was so end-to-end, it was so physical, it was everything you want from a football match. Did you manage to catch the highlights?
I catch the highlights as well, and spoke to Ramona as well a little bit. And it's like, don't know, it's always good when like big teams playing against each other, and there's a lot of media interest around as well, that these games are really good as well, and better than 1-0 or something, or a clear result is like a 3-3 for me, because when goals are on both ends, and don't know, both teams playing really well, and it's just good to make more advertising for the women's game.
Perfect advert.
Perfect timing for a great game, I think. But also the goals, when you watch them back, it's like some worldies were into this as well.
Bethany England's got.
Exactly.
I feel like I talk about Bethany England every week.
I know,
like, she just doesn't stop scoring.
You just look at the score sheet, and it's
Bethany England,
and Midima, obviously.
I feel like Phil Neville was probably kicking himself that he didn't pick her for World Cup last year, but just saying.
That's not our...
Yeah, it's not our problem, just saying. But City took the lead twice. Yes. And it really was their game for the taking, but Chelsea just came back stronger.
Obviously, maybe, they didn't lose a game since... What is it?
January 2019.
Yeah, so it's
crazy.
It's crazy. They just have a little bit like their momentum a little bit on their side. Obviously, also with their squad, it's crazy. Like when we, especially speaking at home, and Rami speaking about their squad, like.
And then she mentions players, you're like, who's that again? You're like, oh yeah, you've got her as well.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
You just forget about some, and even if they have like some injured players, something from a while, or something. It's like it doesn't really affect the team performance when G and Sam Kerr were away with their national teams. They played against us and won 8-0. So maybe one of their best players were gone, and it doesn't really affect the team performance. And this is, I think, their biggest advantage to every other team in this league.
It's crazy. Man City as well, really strong squad. Like a lot of their players that were basically like bench warmers, let's say, last season, are now fully fledged in the squad, like Gemma Bonner, Lauren Hemp. It was Lauren Hemp that got the last goal to equalise. I mean, Georgia Stanway took a penalty, missed it, and then Lauren Hemp literally poked it home. With a really she just came out of nowhere and just literally poked it through.
It's like when you watch the team squads, really, obviously Chelsea has maybe, the bigger names and the more media attraction and everything on their side, but when you play against Man City, it's one of the toughest game in the league for me always, or in the season, because they play actually like really good football. They have really physical, strong players as well, but combined with really good technical players. So Man City is always one of the worst teams to play against, I think. Yeah.
Especially at home.
Yes.
So they're 1 point above Chelsea now, top of the table. Title race is pretty much still open. And I'm going to ask you pressure now. Yeah. I feel like I know who you're going to say. But who do you think will win the league?
Right now, I would say Chelsea, just because they smashing it really, especially since winter. Like at the beginning, I think they were struggling a little bit, and then it was clicking or something, and all of a sudden they won one game after another, especially also against top teams. Like the Arsenal defeat against them was really tough, I think, for Arsenal, but great to see like Chelsea performing really well now, and then getting these players in as well during winter, like Sam Kerr, for example. And it's like, don't know who can stop them really.
Hopefully Arsenal on Saturday. But that's a cup final, but still.
But it's great, right? Like to have this league competitive until the end, and not like, don't know,
someone wins in February and we're just playing out the rest.
Worst thing that can happen, especially to a league like this, where a lot of media attraction is there and a lot of interest from outside. So it's so good that it's interesting, like at the bottom of the table, but also at the top of the table. So it's just good that smaller teams can win against bigger teams as well, and this is, I think, what makes it so exciting and interesting at the moment.
Amazing. Right, that is our roundup for the WSL and Cup action this week. Now we're going to play a game of five-a-side lottery. Now this is five-a-side lottery. It's a game I've literally just made up. There are goalkeepers, defenders, a whole load of midfielders, and a lot of forwards. I didn't realise I put that many in. There's so many strikers here. We may even do 11 aside, but I want you to randomly select a 5-a-side team, and with those players, hopefully if you know them well off the pitch, we're going to play a game.
All right. I'm just picking now.
Do you want goalkeepers in there? Got quite a few.
We don't need a goalkeeper, do we? No, we can take one. I think it's okay now.
Okay.
So if it's 11, like, no problem for goalie as well.
Can you see through the other side? You're just taking a peek.
I take her.
You thought it was someone else. You thought it was Anna Morehouse, but it is
okay, I take
Manuela Zinsberger, Arsenal for the win.
Who else?
Basically, everyone here's Arsenal. I'm joking.
But at least I know it. That's good,
That's
right?
good.
Personal, so.
Okay, defense. What's your system? 1 defender, 2 midfielders.
Okay, it's 5-a-side, yeah. 1 defender, 2 midfielders, and 3 striker. That's 6 now. Okay, that's.
We can do that with a goalkeeper. We can do. This is.
Okay.
There's no rules.
Let's be 5 on the pitch, right?
Yeah.
And 1 goalie.
There you go.
Okay,
On
so
standby.
it's 6-a-side.
There you
Okay,
go.
cool. Okay, defender, yeah.
No peeking.
I would never do this. I take the pink one, okay? Molly Bartrip.
Molly Bartrip.
Yeah, I don't really know her, but I
You
take her.
definitely played against her.
Okay.
Reading defender.
Yeah.
Every team from the WSL is in here.
All right. Okay.
Not just like the top 4.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Reading's
Cool.
top 4
So
basically.
it's a good draw, right, for me? Take her.
But do you know her off the pitch?
No, not at all.
We could swap her out later.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. So midfielder, yeah.
Got 3 piles of midfielders here.
Danielle van der
Oh,
Donk. Well
Arsenal
done, Arsenal
again.
again. Okay, I'll take her.
This is
Good one.
amazing for me.
We were at Thanksgiving together. She was at our
Oh
Thanksgiving
yeah, I saw the
party. So that's good.
pictures. That was my
okay.
invite. Everyone was there.
Okay, take another
Midfielder.
midfielder. Yeah. Is this midfielder? Yeah.
Straight
Not
from
the
top.
first one. No, I can't do this.
Who
right?
was the first one? Oh,
Good
you
one?
missed out.
Oh no. Who?
Taylor Hinds. Taylor
Oh, that's
Hinds.
okay.
Esme Morgan. Man City. Oh, she's on loan to Everton actually.
Okay, come on then. Man
Okay.
City. We mix
She's
it
on
up a
loan to
little bit.
Everton. I'm pretty sure she is.
At least not another Arsenal player. Okay. So 2 of them, and then 3 strikers, right?
Okay.
Okay. Our forwards.
Ebony Salmon.
Good
Goal
one.
scorer.
Okay.
Bristol City.
Okay. Bristol.
You haven't got any yellows. Oh,
Lauren
Lauren
James.
James.
That's
Man
good,
United.
right? Yes.
Where's all the West Ham players? I thought
Yeah,
you
I
would picked
know.
yourself.
Vivian
Yeah,
Miedema.
Miedema.
All right.
Oh, you
Okay.
got
At
a
least we're
squad
scoring
there.
some goals. Okay. Perfect. It's like with. I maybe know 1 or 2 of them really.
So you know Danielle van der Donk.
A little
Manuela
bit. Not really
Zinsberger.
good. I know her the best, Manuela Zinsberger.
Did you manage to play in Germany with Vivian?
Against her.
Oh,
No,
against
with
her.
yeah. A lot of times. Not nice.
Yeah, not
But
for you, no. Definite goal scorer. Okay, so this is your 5-a-side. Is there anyone that you would like to swap out?
I would love to have some more of people I know, you know, but it's maybe hard to find really.
This is the lottery.
It's a lot, really. I
It's
know,
a
that's just
lottery.
my.
All right, let me
Destiny.
find. Oh, Kenza Darley.
Yes, come on, swap
West
her.
Ham.
I'll just take randomly someone out, okay?
Okay,
Then in like, okay.
fine. Let's find another West Ham player.
This team's
oh,
gonna
look what
be-
I just picked up.
Yes, come on, put me in. Sorry, oh no, I
Who
can't.
did you take
Oh,
out now?
I swapped the system now. So we only play
2
with 2
strikers,
strikers,
3
yes.
midfielders.
Yes, wow, I
Okay.
should have gone for the yellows now.
I know. All
I
the,
know. That's
Oh.
lovely. All right, I think I take this.
it's quite a good team there.
I still don't know Molly Bartrip really.
There's a lot of other defenders you could choose.
Shall we have 1 more goal maybe?
I'm not choosing because I've literally.
Okay.
I actually played the lottery tonight. I picked up some
Okay.
really.
A blue one, okay?
Okay, who's
Maybe
on the blue?
brings me.
Ashley Neville, Spurs. I'm
Spurs
joking.
now.
Love
Wait,
Ashley Neville. She's such a
But
nice
we
girl.
don't like Spurs as West Ham, right?
And
we
as
can't do
Arsenal.
this. Maybe go
And
for
as
another
Arsenal.
one.
Jenna Scalacci, Spurs again.
Spurs now, we can't do this, obviously.
Laura Rafferty.
At least not Spurs, right?
Not Spurs.
I'm just going for all these guys.
Abby McManus.
Yes,
Gilly
Gilly Flaherty.
Flaherty.
Here we go. I should go for the yellow.
Yellow was. I did
Okay,
yellow
cool.
for a reason.
Yes, okay, can I say like this,
This
right?
is too West Ham for me.
This is really good, no?
But it's fine.
Okay, cool.
Let's put all these aside and let's play a game of
Okay.
who is most likely to.
Oh my god.
Okay, out of all these players, who is most likely to score a hat trick?
A hat trick, yeah, that's easy, right? That's Vivian Miedema, 100%. I think she's just doing it all the time, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's proven.
Not recently though, but you know she's got a lot under her belt.
I'm just going with the stats, so no, but I think Miedema is like even when you play, don't know, it's 0-0 for a long time, and you play against her, it's always like there's always 1 goal waiting for her. I think, like this, yeah. She's
Okay,
good.
who is most likely to get sent off?
Send off. So I have to put the West Ham ones out now. Not me.
Not you?
No, it's either Chili Flirty or
I knew you
Kenza
were gonna go for
Dali.
Chili.
I think they both on like 4 yellow cards right now.
Oh,
and
damn.
Sent off, like, luckily no one get a...
She got one against Arsenal, but that was in the
This is
FA
Chili,
Cup.
and that was really
Yeah.
a bad
I love
one.
Chili though.
And
Chili's my girl.
yeah, Chili is like there was an English tackling, right?
Yeah.
How you would describe an English tackle. So I think Chili Flirty would be more the one with a foul, and Kenza Dali would be more the one
Attitude.
like, attitude. Yeah, speaking to the referee. Or
Possibly Daniela Vanderdonk, you know. She's fiery as well.
Yeah, but I think she's
Not to
more
get sent off,
cheeky,
though.
but not to
Yeah.
the point where she, don't know, gets sent off. Kenza would just defend her teammates. She would describe it like this to the
Okay.
end.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, them two would say Chili and Kenza.
Who is most likely to become club captain?
Yeah, easy.
Well, that's easy.
This one, obviously, Chili's our captain in West Ham, but she's just born as a captain. Like, I think she was the same when she was 20, and she will be the same when she's 40. I think she's just
True leader.
She's just the one who, don't know, jump in for everyone and take the lead and take the word as well. So she's just speaking if our kitchen is not clean at West Ham, or if our defense
Right, who's it?
yeah, or if our defensive work is not working well.
Yeah.
So she's just the one who steps up and take the word. Yeah.
Okay, with these ones, you might have to take a guess, 'cause I'm not sure how well you know them off the pitch.
Okay.
But if we're judging here, who is most likely to cry at a movie, at a sad movie?
Chili Flirty.
Really?
Yeah, she's
No
really
way.
emotional. Sorry, Chili, if you ever see this, but no, Chili has a really, I think,
She's got a
emotional
soft
side,
side.
a soft side as
Oh,
well. Yeah.
Jules.
I don't know about the other ones, but Chili can cry, I think, at every dog movie. She loves dogs. So dogs.
Dogs.
Yes.
Oh yeah, she's got a beautiful dog.
Yeah, two. She has
got
two,
two.
and she's a proper dog mommy. So I would say it's Chili. Yes. I don't know about these other three, but it's from them, Chili. Yeah.
Who is most likely to marry a celebrity?
Okay. Not me. I think.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not too.
Celebrities are boring.
It's boring, right?
You
can
are
see
the
them everywhere.
celebrity.
Yes.
What type of celebrity?
Yeah. What type?
Athlete, singer, actor. What type of celebrities are there?
Maybe Kenza Dali would go with, don't know, she loves music and shoes. So maybe a singer who loves shoes or something. Daniela Vanderdonk is, I always hear this, like, she's a really, like, have a crazy side in her as well.
Yeah.
So I can maybe see her with a celebrity as well, but from the others, I can't really say this, to be honest, yeah.
Okay, who is most likely to always be happy?
That's me, you know.
Yeah, I know
Yes. I can
You are
say-
literally always smiling.
Good, right? No, it's like, I don't know, I think it's important. Even when I was injured, I tried to be the one who's, don't know, happy and bring a good, don't know, atmosphere in the team, or positiveness and
Good vibes only.
good vibes only, exactly, and YOLO and everything, you know.
YOLO.
No, but I don't know, I think even here in London, even if the sun is not shining always, like, it's,
Which is like every day.
yeah, it's like every day, really, but it's still nice to be here, you know.
Okay, who is most likely to give all of their money to charity?
Ah, this is Chili again, I
Oh my
think.
gosh, Jimmy's taking it all home.
But I would, don't know, to be honest, like, a lot of from these players I know better, they really into this and helping people. Kenza is really into this as well, and don't know, she was just at my girls' camp and wanted to provide all the girls with boots and everything.
You haven't even spoken about your girls' camp.
I know, we can do this maybe at the end, no?
Yeah, of course.
No, but Chili is the same, she's always collecting money during winter and before Christmas for homeless people.
Oh, that's nice.
That's really good, yeah. And I think we have a lot of girls with their heads right and thinking about more than just playing football and wasting their money with needless stuff. So, yeah.
Designers.
Yes.
Okay, who is most likely to do weird things in public?
That's crazy, I don't know.
What's a weird thing to do in public?
Manuela Zinsberger.
Do you
She's
reckon?
crazy, yes. She's crazy.
Is she?
I know
That's how you know I don't know her
Yes.
properly, because she always just seems so like cool. Like, hey, how you doing?
She's crazy. 100%. I know her not like 100% good, but from other people. And I meet her sometimes when we meet, like, it's a German-speaking group.
Yeah.
And she's always the one who's, sticking out. Like, she's loud and crazy. And especially
Wow.
with this Austrian dialect, it's
Yeah.
she would do crazy stuff 100%.
I've got my eyes on you, Manuela.
Yes.
Who's most likely to do a bungee jump? Who's a daredevil?
Definitely not me. I don't think it's Kenza and Chili as well. Chili is, I think, too scared for stuff like this.
I think I know this one.
I know, I think it's Danielle.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's Vivian, just from how I know her.
Maybe.
I have no idea about Lauren James, if she's crazy or not. Maybe Manuela and Danielle would do it. I would go with them too.
Who's most likely to appear on a reality TV show? Bit of Love Island. What other reality TV shows are there?
Yeah.
Don't really watch much.
This jungle thing.
Oh, I'm a Celebrity. Oh, yes.
Yeah, we call it different, but
That's a
I
good
would
one.
go again with Manuela Zinsberger.
Yeah.
She would just
Eat some
doing
crocodile.
Yeah, maybe not Love Island. I don't know how she looks at this side, but maybe Zinsberger, or I wouldn't go with like Love Island, but maybe I would end up in a jungle. So.
Just gonna say here, the forwards, they score loads of goals, but they're not getting picked for anything right now.
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, who is most likely to lock themselves out of their own house?
Oh, me. So it happened last season, and we texted Jilly because she's a locksmith.
Oh yeah, she told me,
And we were speaking like about the money, like how much should it be, because you know the thing with locksmiths is like
they can
turn
charge
up
what they want.
exactly because you're so desperate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Chili was like, no way, you can't pay more than, don't know, £20 something, because the lock is this money and the work actually takes normally 5 minutes.
Yeah, true.
So she was so far away, so it wouldn't have make sense for her to come, but it literally, I spent too much money at all, but it happened maybe, don't know, already 10 times in my life, yeah.
You need to get it on your necklace or something.
I know,
like
I know.
a child.
Every time I move or something, I say, okay, one key goes to the neighbor or goes there or something, but I never do it. Luckily, I don't live alone now on my own, so I have some security around me.
Amazing. Well, this was fun.
Yeah,
That was
good, right?
Lottery,
Good game.
five-a-side lottery.
Cool.
New game, trademarked it. Can't have it. Now, thank you so much for coming on. I really enjoyed it. But before we go, we touched on it briefly. Your girls' camp. Tell us a bit more about that. I saw it in your picture.
Okay. No, it's I love it, even if it's my idea and everything. But I really love doing it, like training the next generation, basically, and bringing girls into football, even if they, and also creating a new opportunity for them to play football. So when you play in Germany, as a young girl, there are only like boys football camps, and you can't really go into football camps for girls only.
Mm-hmm.
So this was my idea I started this last year in summer in Germany, because there's nothing like this in Germany, so that no one's doing girls only football camps. And at one point I said, okay, why not bring it over to the UK as well, because young girls, my idea behind this also to, Chile was there at the last camp, Kenza was there as well at the last camp, Esme de Graaf was there, Vian Samson, like just players, Ramona and Alicia were there at the first game.
Amazing,
so
camp. Many like iconic players.
And you can see, and you can see the eyes like shining when Alicia turned up. They all know her, and then they have the opportunity to speak to her, to get trained by her, or to get an autograph and just get in touch with their idols, basically. So I think, don't know, even if we're not the best coaches or something, but just giving something back and give them a feedback, but also we make a Q&A session always that the girls have the opportunity to ask about life struggles, about whatever we do next to football, something like this. So, don't know, most of them go home with a smile. So
it's a great imprint to have on their life from such a young age as well.
Exactly.
Where can more people find out about this? And what age is it for? What age group?
I do it for 10 to 16s basically, but they're also like 9-year-old girls. And I have like an Instagram channel as well for this. Like, it's called Julia Simic Girls Camp. Mm-hmm. So if you go there, don't know, I always put up the dates for the new camps or something. I'm gonna plan one for Easter again.
That'd be nice,
here. It's just find a balance between playing yourself and having a time to do stuff like this, because it takes a lot in advance to plan everything. Puma is coming down with the boots, man, which is great, and sorting the kits for the girls and everything, and just hope they're coming a lot more camps soon.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
You are a legend.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you for coming on, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure you follow Julia Simic on... We're just going to do that once.
Yeah, twice. 3 times.
I know.
From you.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Make sure you follow Julia Simic on Instagram, on all her social media platforms. Check out Julia Simic Girls Camp, and I'll see you soon, hopefully.
Yeah, thanks
Come
for
on
having
again.
me. Yeah, always.
Bring your teammates, bring the whole squad
Everyone.
down.
We do this. No, thank you.